Allow me to share with you one of the most peculiar tales I encountered during my time in prison, a narrative that forever reshaped my understanding of relationships and trust. It's a saga that commenced with innocence but swiftly descended into the murky abyss of manipulation and betrayal, leaving behind a fractured spirit named Mureed. As someone who seeks solace in unraveling the narratives of those I encounter, particularly during my tenure at Lakhpat jail, I stumbled upon the enigma of Mureed. His story unfolded like countless others, amidst the vibrant streets of Lahore, where love teeters on the brink of desire and reality melds with dreams. Mureed, a young man with aspirations of his own, sought solace in the embrace of a woman whose name reverberated within the chambers of his heart. It began innocuously enough, as many tragedies often do. Mureed found himself ensnared in the intricate web of a relationship, investing his time and resources into the object of his affection. Their love seemed boundless, their intimacy unbounded. Yet, as time elapsed, whispers of commitment stealthily infiltrated their once idyllic world. His girlfriend, fueled by societal expectations and her own desires, began to press Mureed for marriage. Despite their intimate moments and shared affection, Mureed harbored no intentions of tying the knot. As her pleas grew incessant, Mureed, feeling suffocated, made the difficult decision to sever the ties that bound them. Little did he know this act of liberation would unleash a torrent of vengeance upon him. Fueled by spite, his former lover stooped to a despicable deceit, leveling accusations of a heinous crime, rape against Mureed. In a blink, Mureed found himself stripped of his freedom, trapped within the unforgiving confines of imprisonment. Yet, even behind bars, Mureed's ordeal was far from concluded. His accuser, wielding newfound power, tantalized him with the promise of freedom, contingent upon his acquiescence to her desires and marriage. However, Mureed, though battered, remained resolute, steadfastly refusing to capitulate to her manipulative ploys. Months dragged on, each passing day a reminder of the injustice that shackled him. Then a twisted revelation shattered what little resolve remained within Mureed's heart. The very woman who had condemned him to this hellish existence now claimed to carry his child. Faced with the prospect of fatherhood and the weight of societal expectations, Mureed relented, agreeing to the union she so fervently sought. With his bail secured and the ink barely dry on their marriage certificate, little did Mureed know that this was just the beginning of a descent into darkness from which there would be no escape. It was a bittersweet victory, his release on bail, a fragile respite in the storm of accusations that had engulfed his life. Reluctantly, he succumbed to the pressure and married his accuser, hoping to forge a semblance of normalcy for the sake of the child he had been told was his own. Over the passing years, he buried his resentment deep within, focusing instead on providing for his family and nurturing his child's future. Despite his efforts to mend their fractured relationship, tensions simmered beneath the surface. Like any married couple, they had their disagreements, their moments of frustration that occasionally boiled over into heated arguments. Yet, for the sake of their child, Mureed learned to swallow his pride and reconcile time and time again. But fate, it seemed, reveled in its cruel irony. On one fateful night, amid a particularly venomous altercation, his wife, driven by rage and vindictiveness, stormed out of their home, leaving behind a wake of shattered trust and fractured promises. Left to confront the aftermath, Mureed found himself grappling with the harsh reality of his situation. The wounds of betrayal, seemingly healed, tore open anew as his wife, consumed by spite, resurrected the dormant rape case that had loomed over him like a menacing guillotine blade. What Mureed failed to grasp, and what he would only come to realize later, was that his wife had merely secured his bail, and the case had never been officially closed. It was at this critical juncture, when Mureed's life hung in the balance once more, that our paths converged in the bleak confines of Lakhpat prison. As he recounted his tale of woe, I couldn't help but be struck by the terrifying reality of navigating relationships in Pakistan, a landscape fraught with treacherous power dynamics and unjust legal frameworks. The weight of injustice bore down heavily upon my heart as I listened to Mureed's harrowing ordeal. It's a chilling truth that a mere accusation of rape from a woman can irreversibly shatter a man's life, leaving behind shattered dreams and fractured spirits. In the courtrooms of our nation, the scales of justice often seem tipped, where a woman's tear holds more sway than the most compelling evidence or impassioned plea for innocence. But the injustice doesn't end within the confines of the courtroom. Behind closed doors, a sinister underworld thrives, where corrupt police officers and prostitutes wield false accusations of rape as their weapon of choice, exerting power and control with devastating consequences. Their victims, the innocent, who, already burdened with the weight of an unjust accusation, are forced to navigate through this cesspool of corruption and deceit. I've seen this exploitation up close and personal. I've seen families torn apart by the mere whisper of a false accusation, their lives unraveled and stained by the stigma of a crime they never committed. I've seen the innocent condemned to a life of perpetual torment, their dreams crushed under the weight of a system that was supposed to protect them. As I pondered the depths of despair that Mureed had endured, I couldn't help but feel a swell of indignation rise within me. His story serves as a haunting reminder of the urgent need for reform, for a system that dispenses justice with impartiality and integrity. Until then, the echoes of Mureed's anguish will continue to reverberate through the corridors of our conscience, urging us to confront the injustices that stain the fabric of our society. Thank you for watching aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.